welcome to today's video. I'm Gary Wuryawan and right now I'm currently in Kopeng, Magelang, Indonesia, and we're at a restaurant called Omah Latare Ombo. And this restaurant is really cool because it is situated really close to a dormant volcano called Mount Merbabu. So it's really a cool place. As you can see right there, there's a small hill and then lots of greeneries and paddy field. It's just excellent location for a little bit of photography. And we're here to eat a quick lunch. I'm here with my wife and I thought I want to squeeze a little bit of photography time. So this is part of my everyday photography challenge where I try to find something interesting every day and try to have a little bit of photography exercise, if you will. So I'm trying to find interesting compositions every day and try to capture it with my camera so that I'm always capturing something with my camera and not leaving my camera behind. As usual, I'm using micro four thirds camera today and I hope that the pictures today will be exciting. So yeah, let's start shooting some pictures. But before we're shooting some pictures, I thought I want to share a little bit of what I carry with me in terms of photography gear. As usual, I'm carrying my micro four thirds cameras and this time I brought two with me. So I'm not using my usual sling messenger bag by Alpaca, but this time I'm using the Billingham Hadley Small. So first camera is the Panasonic G85. And currently I have the 8 to 18mm lens. This is a fantastic lens for landscape photography, for wide angle scenery photography, and it's just perfect for me because it goes all the way from 8mm ultra wide focal length all the way to 18mm normal wide. So this is a very versatile setup right there. I'm going to put it down right there. And next camera is my beloved Panasonic GX85, and I'm currently using the 35 to 100mm Panasonic lens f4 to f5.6 for a little bit of telephoto. This is a nice lens because it's so sharp, but it's small and lightweight. It doesn't have large aperture, but as long as it's sharp, then I'm fine with it. So yeah, this is a really nice compact setup for a telephoto photography and video as well. Alright, so I think we found our first composition here. So as you can see, there's a mountain right there, and then also this kind of farm area right here, and I want to capture this sort of composition with a vertical composition. So right now I'm using the Panasonic G85 with the Panasonic Leica 8 to 18mm aperture priority at f4, and I think we're going to do a vertical composition this time. So let's try to capture it. I'm going to just capture it like this right now. I hope you can see. Yeah, something like this. I think this looks nice. But as you can see down here, there are some flowers on the fence right here, so I want to employ that as sort of a foreground of interest. So I'm going to try to go a little bit lower to add a little bit of those flowers, and yeah, I think it adds a little bit of a nice element for the foreground. I don't care if the flowers are not in focus, I just want the scenery to be in focus. And yep, I'm just trying to get the right composition proportion between the flowers and the scenery. It's such a beautiful day today. I'm at 18mm by the way. This requires a little bit tighter composition. Alright, I think we got it. So I think I potentially found another composition here. So this is a volcano. It's called Merbabu volcano. It's currently dormant, it's not active, but it's still beautiful nevertheless. And yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of composition here involving those terrace of paddy fields and the mountain. And I'm still using the G85 with the 8 to 18mm. I'm currently at 18mm, and aperture priority, I set the aperture to f4, and I'm trying to capture as best as I can just the volcano, a little bit of the building right there, and also the terrace paddy field. And I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. Yep, something like that. Yep, really nice. Alright, just a simple composition. I'm trying to switch to vertical composition. I hope it looks nice. There are some electrical power cables that I might need to remove in Photoshop or something like that. So Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best. Alright. It's so still with the same sort of mountain right there. I don't know the name of that mountain. It's not actually a mountain, but more like a hill on a mountain. And again, I'm with the 8 to 18mm Panasonic G85, and I'm trying to capture this sort of farm again. I'm now a little bit higher compared to where I took the picture before, so I can get a different vantage point. So I want to capture this farm area together with a little bit of that forest area and that mountain right there. So I'm zoomed out all the way to 18mm. I'm trying to do a vertical composition again. So as you can see, it's a little bit crowded right now with the construction going on. So I'm just trying to pick my composition carefully, not to include too many distracting elements. So yeah, I think that kind of looks nice. You try once more. I'm at f4, auto ISO, and aperture priority. So yep, I think it looks nice. Still at the same vantage point. Now I'm trying to capture the mountain again, that hill right there, but this time I'm using the GX85, and I'm currently with my 35 to 100mm lens, and I'm just trying to go really close to the mountain. I'm at f5.6, aperture priority, auto ISO, and I'm focusing just on that mountain right there. Alright, so I'm back at this position again with the Mount Merbabu right there. So I'm with the GX85 and 35 to 100mm lens, aperture priority, and right now I'm trying to focus more on the terrace paddy field as well as the mountain. I'm trying to get a very tight composition so I can kind of bring the depth of the terrace field and trying to capture it more. So I'm trying to zoom between 35 and 50 and see how it turns out. Again, aperture priority f5.6. Nothing too fancy. All the settings are pretty much automatic. So yeah, I think I kind of got a nice composition here. I will try to include a little bit more of the Mount Merbabu, the volcano. I really enjoyed this lens, by the way. It's so small, it's so lightweight, and it's a telephoto lens. And yeah, I'm learning to use telephoto lens more and more this last few days because I'm not really a telephoto guy. So this is really eye-opening for me, and it's very enjoyable. Alright, so I potentially found another composition here. I got another vantage point, and as you can see right there, there's lots of little farms and paddy field, and it's just so amazing because it's like layered from nearby all the way to infinity. And then over there are like hills and also a little bit of trees and greeneries, and I don't know, I want to capture that with the wide angle lens. So right now I'm using the G85 with the 8 to 18mm. I'm at 8mm right now, aperture priority. I set the aperture to about f4 to get everything in focus. So I'm trying to focus right there on the tree on the middle right there, and I was just trying to get a little bit more of the farm, of the field, a little bit less of the sky, and I try to get 1/3 of the sky. I think the composition looks nice. So I potentially found another composition here. So as you can see there are some farmers working on the field and trying to capture that. Still with the 8 to 18. I'm at 18mm aperture priority and trying to get a wide kind of scenery picture of them working on the field. Something like this. I like the tree right there as the focal point of interest, as well as the farmers down there. Try to use a little bit of the greeneries as foreground and just less of the sky. Looks nice. Looks nice. So I'm trying to capture the farmer, especially the one down there right there. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but yeah, it's just one farmer working on the field. I'm using the 35 to 100 with the GX85 now, and I'm trying to zoom in all the way 100mm, trying to just focus on one person on the field. So yeah, I'm going to wait until he or she is posing perfectly, something like that. I kind of like the composition right here because the field is giving me like layered kind of look, which I really like. Shows a lot of dimension. At 100mm is still not long enough, but I kind of get more of the environment as well, so I'm not complaining. trying to find another subject here. Maybe that lady over there, the farmer, something like that. I'm trying to isolate just her with the field, or maybe the one in front of her. Alright, waiting for the other guy, but yeah. Alright, she's moving to the right. Maybe I can get something. Maybe I can get something. Let's try. Maybe I'll try capture both of them with the contrast between the barren land and the field with the plantation. Something like that, maybe. I don't know if it will work or not. Alright, I saw some other farmer right there. I'll try to capture them from very far away with 100mm. I don't know if it will work or not, so let's just try to capture this. One more time with the farmers nearby right here. It's like a street photography. Alright, she's moving away from the other guy, so I can isolate her. Alright, now it looks almost perfect. And that guy is now alone, so maybe I'll try to isolate him. Alright, I kinda like the composition now. Just one person. One more time. Maybe horizontal. Let's try. Let's try one more time. I'm trying to capture one more time the field and the greeneries behind, and that far away city or village over there with the sky. With the telephoto lens with the 35-100, I'm at 35mm, trying to get a little bit of compression, tight landscape if you will, of this whole area right here. So let's try to capture it. I'm focusing somewhere in the middle. I'm at f5.6. Everything is automatic except for the aperture, and yeah, I kind of like the composition here. Again, the field is giving me that layered kind of look, which I really like. And I'm trying to capture less of the sky because it's currently not that interesting, so more of the field. And now I'm trying to also capture a tight kind of composition of this volcano right here, Mount Merbabu, again with the 35-100. I'm trying to get to the ridges, that V-shaped ridges at the volcano. I'm trying to capture it with the 35-100mm. So let's try to focus on that area because I think it makes a really nice abstract landscape photograph. So yeah, as I predicted, it looks really nice. I just want to include that ridge with the sky. Maybe try to include the house in front of it, the building, vertical composition. Alright, maybe horizontal composition. I can zoom in a little bit closer there. Let's try. Or maybe zoom out a little bit and add a little bit more of the sky. I really like this. It's almost sort of like an abstract landscape. The V shape is very strong and I really like it. Oh, the sun's coming out and it's kind of hot right now, but I don't really care. I'm really enjoying this photography time. Yep, maybe zoom out a little bit more to get more of the volcano and try to just focus on the volcano itself without adding too much element. Something like that. Maybe I will try to add the building again as a foreground of interest. Let's try. Does it work? Nah, I'm not really sure. Let's try one more time. I kind of like just the volcano by itself, so I'm going to zoom in again. I saw that farmer again that I tried to capture earlier. I think he or she is only by himself or herself. So again, with the 35-100 all the way at 100mm, I'm trying to capture that guy on the field. Oh yeah, I kind of like this composition. He or she is kind of looking at me, so looking at this direction, so makes for a better picture, I think. I'm just trying to wait until he or she is posing perfectly. one more tight landscape composition with the 35 to 100 again. I'm really enjoying the 35 to 100 today. I think it's such an excellent tight landscape lens, and also for zooming in and for that compression. So I got this vertical composition involving that nice white building over there with this kind of field area, and also the hills and the greeneries behind. So it's going to be very interesting with lots of layers and depths, which really brings out the image even more. I'm kind of enjoying the sun that's currently out right now. I'm at aperture priority f5.6 and just overall trying to capture everything in focus. I'm focusing at the white building and recomposing. There's lots of winds right now. I hope you can still hear me through the wireless microphone. Yep, I think it looks kind of nice. Alright, so I want to take one more portrait of my wife. She's wearing sunglasses right now, and we found this cool vantage point, and I'm using the 8-18 G85, trying to capture this whole scenery as wide as I can at 8mm. So yeah, this is another wide angle portrait. You have to be very careful when using wide angle to capture portrait. So yes, I'm going to put her in the middle of the frame with the mountain behind and the sky. It's really cool right now. Alright, one more. Waiting for her hands. Alright, one more time. Going to go a little bit lower, try to make a dramatic portrait. I'm going to zoom in a little bit at about 14 maybe, 14mm. Nice. One more time. Excellent. Alright, so I'm trying to capture a portrait with my wife, but this time I'm not using wide angle lens. I'm going to try to focus only on her and the mountain behind her, and I'm using the GX85 with the 35 to 100. So I will try to zoom in at about maybe 50 or something like that. So yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of her and the mountain behind, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to zoom into about 70. I have to be very careful because I'm walking backward and I have to check what's behind me. And yeah, I think it looks really nice. Focus, recompose, wait for the hand and for the hair. One more time. Oh, it looks really nice. I'm at f5.6 aperture priority. I'm going to go all the way to 100 just because I really love the compression. Yes. Excellent. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Wow, really nice. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit and going to try to go a little bit closer to her. Vertical composition, focus, recompose, all that good stuff. I really like that. Yes, excellent. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for today's video. I hope that you find this video to be useful and entertaining and also inspiring. I hope this video makes you want to go out, bring your camera and shoot something today. So please comment down below, what do you think of the pictures today? Also, if you have any question about this video, please feel free to comment down below as well, and I will try to answer them. Alright, so that is all for today's video. Go out there, try to shoot something, try to be creative, force yourself to do a little bit of photography exercise every day. Alright, don't forget to support my small channel by liking this video, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you and see you on the next video. Goodbye.